What's up, everybody? It's me, your host, Naughty Nate. Don't adjust your screen. It's not some nerd up here. It's just me. One of the things about getting another year older, guys, is things start to fail you. And yeah, they told me my eyes, they're not the perfect 2020 that they used to be. So now I'm wearing these when I'm doing all this computer stuff. Yeah, so that's what's going on. That's the whole thing with the glasses. Don't make fun of me. I'm really self-conscious about it. Anyways, I have a wonderful guest tonight, guys. But before we get to that, happy belated Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, all the F.A.W.B mothers out there supporting the show. We really appreciate you guys. Big shout out to the women that we had participate in our women's self-defense class over at Columbia River Jiu-Jitsu, our first one ever, and it was a fantastic success. We had a really great showing. Went about an hour and 15 minutes or so, went through a whole scenario and how to escape your attacker. I plan on doing those. I think I'm doing one every month, and it's a free seminar. It's available to the general public. There's no obligation to sign up or anything like that. We're just trying to share our passion with the community, and it's kind of our way of giving back. So stay stay up to date with a lot of the information in regards to the seminars that are popping up. Subscribe, guys. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, subscribe to our Facebook channels. And yeah, next seminar, we're going to be doing an anti-bullying seminar to kind of kick off our summer kids program. That'll be on June 6th and June 7th at 9 a.m. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. That's going to be really cool. We already have a few kids in our kids program, and I'm looking to expand that. So yeah, if you're a parent out there and you have a child that's interested in getting into martial arts, send them to us over at Columbia River Jiu-Jitsu, and we'd be happy to, accommodate them with that. A couple more things coming up. We got sub league happening this weekend. May 16th, we have one of our competitors, Mohammed, first-time competitor. He's going to be representing us there in Salem, Oregon. So if you guys are in the area, stop in and get some tickets. Again, it's for the sub league underground. It's well known in the jiu-jitsu community. Yeah, now moving on. My guest for tonight is the new 205 champion, man, for the Scrapyard. And without further ado, let me bring him on here. Mr. Octobbrz, what's up, bro?
Oh,
hey, what's going on?
I'm doing fantastic.
Wonderful.
I'm doing good. I'm working at FedEx. I'm getting paid. Life couldn't be better.
We appreciate that, man. Thank you. I get a lot of packages from FedEx, so I appreciate all the work you do over there, man.
Who knows? I might have packed your package.
I believe
if it makes
you
you feel any
man.
better, I do my job with care.
I love that, man. I love a guy that takes pride in his work, man. And that's important. That's an important trait to have, especially when you're, stepping into the ring. You got to have, pride, integrity, honor. All those words mean something. Before we kind of get into your story, though, on how you started your martial art journey, how did the weekend go? How'd your Mother's Day go, man? Did you get to spend time with family? Did you guys do anything?
I spent a lot of time with a lot of family and a lot of new family. So yeah, this past Sunday, I was out at a park. We did a barbecue, and my mom met my girlfriend's grandmother and a lot of her family members, which was really nervous, but it was really
Your first time meeting.
Yeah, it made me really happy because my mom doesn't really get out a lot or talk to many people. So it's really nice to see her conversating with people and being active.
Dude, I love that kind of integrating the families now. It's getting pretty serious then if her family's being your family. That's awesome, bro. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you guys, had a good time. Got to spend a nice. The weather was great yesterday, so
It
got to
was, but
spend
it
a
was
nice
so
Sunday.
hot. It was so
That's true.
hot.
That's very true. I wasn't
I
outside a
can't.
whole lot.
I can't handle the heat. I can't. I like Memphis, Tennessee. I can't have no more heat. No more. I like down here. Like honestly, I kind of like it a lot better because like you never know when it's gonna be hot or cold, and most of the time it's cold.
Yeah, I mean, plus you get all the seasons here. It's a lot of places you don't, so it is pretty cool being in the Northwest. We're lucky with that. So, man, did they get to watch any of your matches, or did you bring up any of the martial arts when you're with the family, or they kind of
Oh
curious
yeah,
about that?
they're well informed. Well informed.
Really? How did that go over?
Well, I mean, well, I kind of had to bring it up because I kind of like have this thing. Well, if you're a fighter, everyone has the thing where you just shadow box just anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of like, I have like severe ADHD. Like, I cannot, my attention span is so short and I get like overwhelmed so quick. And like, I kind of just enter like the state where I just shadow box. So, like, they're
Bro,
just like,
I'm the
oh,
same way, man. I got a touch of that tism too, man. I'm always
yeah.
doing that. I'll be doing
So,
dishes
like,
and I'll do that shit.
yeah, so like it's kind of hard to keep it like under wraps. So like I mean, at first they were asking me if I box. Like I originally used well, which is true. Originally used to box before I did MMA. I didn't used to box for very long, like not long enough to like fight amateurly, but I did have some training in boxing, which I will say, which kind of like led me to MMA because, but like them being the way they are, a lot of them are fighters. Like her uncle Lamont is he's very, very well versed into like the UFC and boxing. Like he was talking to me about like Adrian Broner and like how Adrian
Hmm.
Broner fell off nowadays,
He's
which
like a
is
YouTuber now or
Mhm.
influencer,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, I kind of like it. I mean, I like Adrian Broner. Like
Mhm.
he has a pretty nice personality. I guess everything is about personality and your charisma, I guess. But I mean, he seems to have a lot of it.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
yeah, I mean, I told them my fight, and they're like, the first thing they're talking about is like, my daughter has a good protector, which
You gotta
is a
love
nice,
that, all right?
yeah,
Hell
it's a
yeah.
nice
And
feeling.
that makes them feel more secure with having you around too, especially since you're a really nice guy too. Like you're always y- you're always smiling and you're always like friendly and you're willing to talk to people, and also having that kind of like, hey, I fight too in your back pocket. It's kind of like a jack of all trades, so that's pretty awesome, bro.
Yeah, I mean, most people really wouldn't expect me to fight. Well, I guess some do, like not a stereotypical thing, but like most of the time when people ask me what I do, they assume I play football, which is perfectly understandable because I kind of did want to play football back in high school, but I was mainly a basketball person. Like
Mhm.
I like playing basketball more than I like doing anything else.
Well,
And
that's pretty
then
cool.
I don't know. It was like one of those things kind of where like like when you're passionate, like it's kind of like a passion switch. Like, I don't know
Hmm.
if I mean it really was a passion switch. I kind of just it was like, damn, I gotta go to college to play basketball. And I don't know, schools. I think high school's enough for me. So
Hmm.
like, I don't know. At that point, it was just like, dang, I really don't want to go to college to play basketball. What else can I do? And then that's kind of when I just kind of went down the path of like boxing.
Okay, so you got into martial arts kind of after high school then, or was it during your
It
like
was
last
during.
years of high school? Okay.
It
What
was
was your
during.
first experience with it?
My first experience with boxing
Mhm.
was about when I want to say 7. My father had kind of like taught me how to box a little bit because he used to have a bag that he used to hit around for fun. And I mean, that was my first time encountering like fighting as a thing, but like as in like just going to a gym, like the first time I started actually like going to a gym because I was a little overweight back then. I was like almost 300 pounds. So I kind of had
You're
to start losing
big,
weight.
bro. Heck
Yeah,
yeah.
I was pretty big boy, so I kind of had to
Mhm.
start losing weight. Kind of like a David Benavidez story, but like
Yeah.
a lot different. It was just like
Congratulations on being able to do that. Not many people can, man. And I know the struggle, bro. I was really heavy at one point too. Probably I was over those that the 3 bill mark myself. And I had to also make those kind of life changes and stuck with it and was able to get down to, my what was it the I got down to like 193. I'm back up to about two. I think I was like 209 this morning. But yeah, man, it was a journey for me, and I just know, like when I was that heavy, bro, I just felt like shit all the time. I felt sluggish, and it
mhm,
affected me mentally. Like I'd feel like depressed. I'd feel like I didn't want to do anything. It was a very hard hurdle to get over. But realizing that what you put in your body really does affect your mental and your emotional, that was big. And martial arts, they talk about that all the time: mind, body, spirit, and it holds true. If one of those things are off, the other two will be as well. So you got to have that trifecta, man.
exactly. And honestly, yeah, back at that point too, I was a really big gamer. So like, there wasn't. I'm not even. I'm pretty sure I was addicted to video games like
What was some of your favorite games?
Siege, and UFC.
There we go.
Yeah,
That's
like I
really where it started. UFC
Yeah, it
games
really
too.
started with UFC. Like just like I got so good at one point, like I kind of like I think my friends like kind of stopped being my friends because I was like that try hard. Like
Yeah.
I did have one friend, unfortunately, that like we were playing UFC as we were watching UFC, and he's a really big Sean O'Malley fan. I
Mhm.
won't say we're not friends now. I'll just say he's very irritated. And Sean O'Malley ended up losing to Marab. And then
Mhm.
we were replicating that exact same fight as it was going on. And I ended up knocking him out. And at that, we were doing a bet, like whoever won, we get $25. So we did double or nothing. And I won again.
Oh,
So then,
jeez.
like,
Yeah.
me and the homeboys, we were like kind of low key clowner. We were like, it was meant to be. Like, if I beat you on the game with Sean and it happened in life, it was meant to be, right? Now he owes me $50.
You still
And
owe
then like,
that?
mm-hmm.
Might have to bring him out to the scrapyard. Might have to.
I don't know. He's Bosnian. I think Bosnians have a little too much strength.
They
He's
might.
really big. They're like
Mhm.
really big.
You have to move your feet.
I did do pretty well with Barn Dog. Barn Dog is a really big dude,
Oh
and
man, and
he
he
hits
hits
really hard,
hard. He hits
super
hard.
hard.
Yes, he does.
Oh
Did you
my
get some
god.
sparring in with him, or did you guys?
Mhm. Yeah, it was. I think it was my Kill Smiley fight. I ended up getting
Mm,
some sparring it with him because Justin was fighting that day, and like it was probably like the hardest I ever been hit, and I don't even think he was hitting me that hard. That's the point. Like that's the thing. He wasn't even hitting me that hard, and
mhm.
it still felt like I was getting hit with a brick in a glove.
Yeah, some guys just have that natural power, and Bardog, he knows how to put his weight behind those punches. I
Yeah, he's
also got a round in with him after one of the events, so I can agree with you firsthand. Like, yeah, that man knows how to punch for sure, and he leans forward and he
he
kind of
it just
hits.
presses you into the cage.
Right, he kinda hits that, like, square stance, and the hooks are there all day, and he'll work the body, and then he'll pop one up at your head, so if you're not ready for that, yeah, you'll catch one clean, and it feels like you got hit by a truck for sure.
Yeah, I've been thinking about doing like every like when I be seeing like the boxing competition, it kind of makes me want to like transit. Like I kind of want to start doing more boxing fights at the scrapyard because like me myself personally, I would want a match against Barn Dog to see how I would operate. I mean, Barn Dog's like what, like 265
Actually,
more?
he might have dropped because I don't know if you saw him at this last event, but he probably dropped a good 20-25 pounds. He was looking lean, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
he was looking
rolling. So
real
like,
good.
and me,
Yeah.
I think I'm like 215 right now. I was 209 at the
Mhm.
scrapyard, but I've been eating quite a bit.
Yeah. Well, it's holidays and stuff. You had that barbecue and everything, so can't turn down a meal. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
especially ribs and the macaroni. The macaroni was so good.
Oh, damn. I love good macaroni, bro. I can't push away cheese. That's been like my Achilles heel right there is some cheese, bro.
Hot sauce and
Oh,
macaroni is the best
worst.
combo. My girlfriend thinks I'm weird for putting hot sauce and macaroni, and
Nothing weird
anybody
about
else
that.
might think I'm weird,
Nope.
but hot
That's
sauce
where
is
it's
the best
at.
combo with everything.
What's the hot sauce you throw on there?
Most of the time it's Louisiana, but
Okay.
I kind of been on my girl's house, so I kind of been forced to use Red Hot. Now, Red Hot
Oh,
is
okay.
normally a staple because Red Hot is the original. Like you used to put it in your
Mm-hmm.
everyone's used Red Hot and put it in their noodles. Like
Yeah.
yeah, who has not used Red Hot? But Louisiana is just it just has that kick and flavor. So
Mm.
it's like it's extra spicy.
I was gonna say I think we have Louisiana at my house too. It has like a little extra
Do
vinegar
you?
to it, so it's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with all this, with the boxing experience that you had, what when you went to the scrapyard, your first match wasn't in boxing. What made you decide to want to do MMA?
Um previous before that, I used to live in another house before this one that I'm in, and all I would do ever since I moved in, I got a bag and I got gloves, and at the time I had a friend with me. He has fought at the scrapyard. His name's Isaaculus P. And
Hmm.
he used to live with me for a while, and I kind of just was like self training for like a while. So
Yeah.
like I was like really just like I would like watch UFC fights. I was watching them for a long time. And like I I can't remember what fight it was at that point, but I'm pretty sure it was like Strickland versus Duplessis. And like that was like the one I watched, and that kind of made me interested in wrestling because it's just like it's I don't know how to explain it. It's just like it's when I really did it, it's like actually like really fun to like kind of it's like and I'm bad at explaining stuff, but it
No, I
invokes you
got
to
you,
think
bro.
more about like how you move on the ground and
Mm-hmm.
and me personally, like I actually kind of like wrestling. I've been like I haven't wrestled at all, but I kind of like been play wrestling all my life. So like I kind of like have like a little like I don't know.
You have some good scrambles on the ground, huh? Some natural ability, move your hips
Yeah,
well, stuff like that.
I think
Yeah,
my
no,
favorite is the Granby roll. I just love roll. It's so fun to do. It's so like you just kind of just roll.
he's like the
So
tumble and
simple.
stuff. There you
Yeah.
go. Yeah. Yeah, man. No, and here's the one thing too about like when you start to develop that ground game, not everybody knows how to do that. So when you gain the advantage on the ground, like it's like levels above like your average Joe, because I would say that's kind of the big difference when it comes to grappling versus striking. Almost everybody in the world knows how to pull back their arm and throw a punch. Now, it may not be great technique, they may not be able to throw combinations together, but just swinging wildly at somebody, you can make some connections and still do some effective damage. Now, when you're on the ground, it's all about control, spacing, leverage. Those principles mean a little bit more. So, um, when you're able to kind of develop that, it just makes you so much more advanced than somebody that's untrained, you know? Um, I think it's a great tool to have. And it's great that you coming from a striking background are so open to that ground game, because usually that's not the case either. A lot of people don't want to get out of their comfort zone of standing up and get on the ground. So that's really good, man.
It's just I like the simulation of realism it adds is my thing.
Mhm.
Cause I mean in most cases, like if I'm on the street and someone just I don't know, someone just randomly tackles me and like has me on and they're not everyone's just gonna tackle you and like have get on mount on you, but like what would you do? Like a lot of people would like kind of like flail their legs. That's kind of like what I was used to doing at first because I really didn't know how to wrestle. I would like flail my legs out and let's like kind of just like panic. It sends you into a panic. And
Mhm.
like with the horn fight, I realized like that was one of the first times I went to the ground and really didn't panic. And I
Mhm.
was using my mind more.
Wow. It's interesting you say that because I watched the Kill Smiley match you did. And there was a bit of grappling in that one too, and you actually made some really good transitions in that match. So I can see like from watching you early on with the Fortnite J one, moving forward to the Kill Smiley one, I saw like leaps and bounds in terms of like placement, and opponents can be different too, and maybe you saw some openings that weren't presented to you in the Fortnite J fight, but you took advantage of those openings, and that was great. So that's good instincts, man. Solid. And the horn's no joke when you're talking about the grappling. He's strong. I think he's like a white belt with a few stripes, so he's not a stranger to grappling. So you did really well against him.
Oh my god, bro! No way. My cornerman Shay told me I'm pretty sure he's a black belt in jujitsu. I'm like, bro. Yeah, yeah. You know what's crazy? I was like supposed to fight Magic K on that day,
Mhm.
and like he couldn't make it because he made weight. But things happen. It's life is life. But like I'm not gonna lie, I was like I felt so ready that day, and then everyone was like, "Yeah, he's not here. You're fighting him." I was like, "God damn it, bro! I'm not even prepared now." Like everyone's telling me the guy's a black belt, and then like I watched like some of his fights, and he just like would just run up to somebody and just like absolutely slam them. I was like, yeah. I might.
Oh,
It
did
was
you see
almost.
the slam? He went viral for one slam he did in one of his matches. I forgot who it was against, but he bellied to back somebody and just dropped him, bro. It was a great slam. I called it the mustache ride slam,
Oh
and he
yeah,
just
I seen that
yeah,
one.
that was a
Yeah, I did
great
see that
one.
one.
Yeah.
That was a really great one. It was like, see, I think that's the one I saw, and I was just like, yeah, like this. It was almost giving me like Fortnite J vibes. And I was like, no
Hmm.
way, it's about to happen to me again.
Hmm.
But
And that's one of the things when you show up to these smoker events, you're not like, sometimes we can do some pre-matching, but we really don't like to do the pre-matching for the simple fact that some people get pre-match and then they don't show up the day of, and then it throws everything off.
yeah,
So we really try to stay away from the pre-matching. So you just never know who you're going to get at these events. So when
exactly.
you show up ready to go. But I understand completely when you get it in your head, like, oh, I'm going against this individual, and shout out to Magic K. He's a bit more of a kickboxer than he
Yeah,
is a grappler. So if you're like, hey, I'm comfortable on my feet, I have no problem. And then all of a sudden they flip it on you the day of or even hours before your event, then yeah, I can totally see how it'd be like, ah, shit. I'll see what
yeah.
happens here.
I'm not even gonna lie. Like that day, I was like right in there, and I was expecting like I was thinking in my head like I feel like he's either gonna like he's most definitely gonna throw a kick at my head like for as soon as that bell rings and we walk together and like yeah, I kind of almost it was almost the opposite. I just immediately get to it wasn't really immediate, but everything was happening so fast. I really don't
Mhm.
even I can't even recount how I even got to the ground to be honest.
Yeah, I can't wait till that match comes out because that was a very interesting match. I mean, you caught him with some could say some phantom shots that I didn't really think were gonna do that much damage, but they did. They did incredible damage. So your precision was right on. And yeah, it ended up being a really great display of you utilizing that reach that you had over him, because the whole game plan, because I was helping the horn out that day. He asked me to help him, and just basing things off of your body type in a couple of the previous matches that we saw, the whole game plan was to get inside, try to get you to the ground and try to use some of that ground and pound or look for a submission. And you made that awfully difficult, man. You do really well with managing that range, and I'm a bit surprised to hear that you don't have any like traditional formal training, because you have really nice kicks, which they're not talked about enough. Like your kicks look pretty spot on. I think that you can chain them together a little bit more moving forward, like set them up a little bit more. But in terms of the technique, the kicks look solid. Like you're snapping those out there, you're catching them in the right spot. Like they look really good, man. So where does
Thank
that
you,
come
man.
from? Is that like
That
just some
that
UFC
that's
video
also
gaming or what?
that I mean, okay, the two touch spinning, the double two touch spinning, whatever you want to call it, the two touch
Oh,
spinning
tornado
kick,
kicks,
that
yeah.
Yeah, I got that one from UFC. That one I
Mhm.
kind of was thinking about like mid fight, and I was like, I want to really do that, and I didn't have enough time to really pull it off. That's why I just hit like the little 720, and I still didn't even have time to. I still think that looks sloppy. Like I didn't have enough time to really like throw it out there. But
Mhm.
like that second one, like I kind of was just like I went back to the corner. I was like, all right, I'm gonna throw this in as soon as we get out there. Like my whole objective, I wasn't trying to hurt Cap because like like Cap was like he's a cool little gent man. That man's like I go up
Mhm.
to the scrapyard and we have like the most legendary dap up sometime and then like he's pretty funny. He's a pretty funny and chill dude too. So
He really is.
like yeah, he honestly, I'm not even gonna, he has really good commentary, but I'm getting besides the point. But like I wasn't trying to hurt him. I was more of like trying to like just like have fun because me personally, when I go to the scrapyard, I like when I go, I feel like most of my matches have never went to like a third round, and that has mainly been my focus to go like all full 3 rounds, like just
Mhm.
like high pace. That's always been my focus when I go there to fight. And like it seems like not all of them has ever went the third round. So my main focus that day was just to make it go to the third round and then have fun. And I'm pretty sure we both had fun. It was fun for me. I got picked
Yeah.
up and I didn't really think anybody could pick me up like that. So like
No, I loved when you got on his back and he was that right there. That could have been an easy out for him. He could have just tapped immediately when you got his back and you had your hooks in. I mean, he could have done that, but he kept fighting, bro. He went and slammed you into the cage. He tried to drop on his back. So you got to give him some credit for
exactly.
continuing on wanting to fight. I did a little light sparring with him here at this last event, and he's actually improved quite a bit. He's joined a
Oh yeah,
gym. He's got some coaching going on. So I love seeing that. I love him getting off that match with you. I mean, because it could have gone two different ways. If you would have went in there and obliterated him and just pounded his face, and he may not have come back.
Oh yeah,
You
exactly.
know.
Me personally, I don't want that. Like the Cap would definitely be a good opponent for someone of more his skill level. That's
Oh, I
like
agree.
him coming back. That's like I don't know if you saw, but like our fight on Instagram almost has like 2 million views. So like Cap,
Mhm.
I mean, and me personally, I don't even think it's because of me. I just probably because of Cap, honestly, because like, and a little bit of my humility. I'm just a like my mom just raised me to be a nice person. Like, I just have a really
Yeah.
big heart. It's just natural to me. So
And that's one
like
thing I wanted to bring up for sure is your sportsmanship. It's a fantastic level of sportsmanship. I really love seeing it out there at the yard. Um, it reminds me of much like Viking Warrior had some of the same personality, man, where he wasn't looking to take any cheap shots or cut corners or over do it when it comes to beating their opponent. You do just enough, and even that, when you see that your opponent's in real danger, you pull off. And that to me right there, it just shows again your character as a human being when you're like, hey man, like we're all out here. It's great that we're out here to beat each other up, but we're also trying to build each other up. Like you have the understanding that this community is about being competitive, but it's also about, like I said, building up fighters so that they can go out and compete at other organizations as well. And this is a great experience for
exactly,
inexperienced competitors. And I
exactly.
think that you do a great job of highlighting that.
Thank you. And that I watching like when I kept watching it, I didn't really think like a lot of I don't want to say it like that because but like I feel like a lot of the kicks that I were throwing, like some of them weren't meant to hit, but like a good bit of them kind of I felt should, but it was just because he was so short. But then
Mhm.
I'm bad at this.
No, you're good.
I have to think about what I have to say.
No
I'm so sorry.
worries, man. No worries. Yeah, man. I mean, like I said, overall, I thought it was a fantastic match. It showed a lot of great skill, like your skill set and what you can do. And in matches like those, I think you did the right thing in making it fun, and then also trying things out that you wouldn't normally try in the ring. So you're able to really expand on that and explore some of those more high controversial techniques, like those spinning jumping kicks, man. I mean, I personally, I don't have the ability to do it, so I wouldn't do it in a match. But I always think it's, as a somebody that watches this stuff, I always think like, oh hell yeah, that guy's throwing spinny shit. I love it. So
Yeah.
keep doing
I
that.
mean,
Yeah.
me personally, that's what I think is attention grabber. A lot of people like to see spinning kicks. Like a lot of the times you see like most like reels, it's like definitely people glazing Edson Barboza, that spinning heel kick. Like,
Mhm.
and me personally, like, I'm not even gonna lie, a lot of my fights, I most definitely plan on throwing spinning stuff. Shay tells me you should not be throwing spinning kicks, Kai. You should not be throwing those. You're gonna get taken down, bro. And but like Shay and his really deep gravelly voice, but like it's just fun to throw them, honestly. And like honestly, it's like for me, it kind of gives me a feeling of how it feels to throw it against a person so I can actually string off of it. Cause like most of the times I find my problem is figuring out how to set it up. Cause like
Mhm.
I'm not just gonna like 1-2 and then like 720
Stay
kick
on there,
somebody.
man.
Like
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, well, definitely. Hey, man, I know that you're somewhat in the area. You should stop into Columbia River Jiu Jitsu, and
Oh yeah.
we can go over on how to set up some of those kicks because we have some concepts that we can play with and might be able to help you string that stuff together for sure.
Yeah, no,
And
I've been
plus, we can
planning
do some jujitsu, man. Get some of that wrestling,
that.
jujitsu, and I got some guys.
I'll be really interested. I've been really taking a liking to jujitsu. Like me, like honestly, I say most of the time I really enjoy being on my back. Pause. But like
Whoa. Yeah, that's good.
pause. Yeah, but like it's more of like I like throwing up submissions from my back. Like I like most of the time like because I've been training, not necessarily training because I haven't paid for the membership yet, but I kind of just been freeloading off of the open mats and some of the free classes that uh don't tell him I said this Daner has been giving me. And I kind of just abuse those. And I don't know. I just like, I really found that I enjoy being on my back and being able to figure out like how to like, cause the most recent thing I learned was the rose reversal, which I kind of do plan to try to use that this May.
Okay. Hell yeah. And you kind of have the body type for triangles all day, man. I mean,
Oh yeah.
especially from your back. You got
Triangle
the
chokes.
long legs. Those guys are hard, and that means that you can put your guard on too and get all the way around individuals and squeeze those knees together and make it real difficult for them to get out of your guard and extend away from yourself so they can't punch down on your face. Yeah, man, guys with that are long and lanky, they're super difficult to deal with even on the ground. So yeah. Again, you're freaking right on the right track, man. What's next for you? What are we looking for?
Well,
Like
right now,
overall, what are we looking for? What's next? And then what's the ultimate goal? Let's do two at once.
okay. So what's next for me is hopefully starting to do like casino fights, like amateur fights, starting to get my amateur
Mhm.
record up. Because I actually do want to start fighting pro. Like that, the ultimate goal is to go pro. Because
Hell yeah.
I would definitely want to test my ability against some of the highest on the planet. And like, I kind of
Mhm.
am in that category of like almost Alex Pereira way. Like, could you imagine me against Alex Pereira? Like, me myself, I think I would be scared. Like, but I mean, at the same time, it's exciting. Like, it's like, but I mean, like, who's to say that like I wouldn't go pro in like 3 years and like Alex Pereira is still fighting at the time. You
Mhm.
never know when fighters retire at this point. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like so like and like one of my main things is to fight like at least one of the top five in the light heavyweight division
Mhm.
before any of them retire. So
Are you
like
looking to
that's why I'm kind of like
drop at all? You,
I've been
I
trying to
mean,
drop down to 185 just cause I want to see how like I've never been past 190. Like I just want to see how I look really
mhm.
way. But I mainly want to stay in the 200s because I like being big and bulky.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, and like I said, you're not short. Like I fought at 205, but I'm only like 5'10. So that reach would always get, would get to me. But you're probably what are you like 6'1"? 6 feet, 6'1"?
6'2", 6'3" with
Six
shoes.
two, 6'3". So yeah, man. I mean, you 6'2" at 205. You have the reach. I mean, yeah, you do just fine. And hold on to that shit, bro. Like, if that's what your goal is and that's what you want to do, hold on to that because in this lifestyle, you're gonna be a black sheep, bro. I mean, it's great to hear that you have a solid foundation around you and people are supporting you. And it sounds like you have a wonderful support system at home and in extension you have a great support system at the scrapyard for sure. But as you go down this road, there's going to be all these naysayers, all this bullshit. Shut that all out, bro. Like, if your goal is to do that, sacrifice what you need to go and do that shit, man. And that's what fighting really comes down to. It comes down to sacrifice. What are you willing to really give up to gain like that greatness that you're chasing? And that's what you're doing. You're chasing greatness, man. You're doing something that most people don't ever do. And there's reasons behind that. Ooh, did we lose them? Might have lost them. Some people just can't handle the knowledge, I guess. They just can't handle that stuff. Just kidding. Here he is.
Oh
What's
my
going
god,
on, Octobbrz? You good,
that's my
man?
fault. I almost
Yeah,
dropped
it
my phone
happens.
and I refreshed the page. That's my
It,
fault.
it's all good. It happens. But yeah, man, when you're ready for these, when you feel that you're ready for the casino matches and you feel like you're ready to, step outside the scrapyard, I mean, I'd be happy to help you get into these events. I know guys that are making matches for the casinos. We can get you over into the FCFF, which is a really big one in Portland. Rumble at the Roseland. I'm sure you've
Yeah,
heard
I've
of
been
that.
yeah, I've been seeing some of their clips on IG.
They have one of the top amateur events in Oregon, man. I mean, that's kind of like where a lot of the top guys go. American Top Team, they always have guys in there. I think Chael Sonnen, I believe Chael Sonnen, he's part owner of FCFF. Now, don't quote me on that, but the time when I was fighting for that organization, like he would be in the crowd. You'd see a lot of the UFC fighters that train at American Top Team. They'd be in the crowds there. So it's a great event to get some some more notoriety. Then you got Arena Wars out there. They're always doing events. And yeah, man, we can get you into like some of these casino ones, no problem. Whenever you're ready.
Oh, I'm always
Let's get
ready.
some of this. Let's get together and get some training in. Let's see where this ground game's at, and see if we can't help each other grow, man. I mean, again, that's kind of the beauty of the scrapyard is that we have um, this networking opportunity where we can meet like-minded individuals like ourselves that share a passion for martial arts and want to see each other succeed. So just the mere fact that you've gone out there and you're representing the scrapyard and you're not to mention you're a solid individual as a human being, you have our full support and you have access to what we can help provide for you. So I can't wait to get some training in with you.
I can't wait to, because I'm not gonna lie, I low key like been procrastinating. Like, let's be honest, I kind of probably was supposed to be like training there like I meet at least 4 months ago at this point.
Well, things happen. Things happen,
Yeah.
man. And like I said, you're starting this journey. You're kind of getting into it. As you progress, you'll start seeing how important, how valuable training is. And you're not. I mean, you're going to see it over at the scrapyard now that you're the level 5 guy now. You're going to be taking on guys that have fought in the amateur circuit and have been successful in the amateur circuit. And that right there is gonna be a wonderful test for you.
Yeah, I know. I'm honestly being placed at level 5 just makes me that much more confident. If I'm like it's kind of scary, but it just makes me that much more confident because it's like I'm a level 5 now.
Mm-hmm. And you earned it, man. You earned it. Like I said, the horn, he's not a pushover. He has experience. Hell, I would say a lot of the guys that you fought, not to take anything away from Captain, that was just at different
Yeah.
levels. But the guys that you fought, they're all well versed competitors. Kill Smiley came out and had a wonderful performance in his first match. He dominated that one. So yeah, that was great. The Boar, he's been known to be a heavy hitter, so some
Yeah, the
solid
boy.
shit there.
Honestly, that one confused me because I like everyone kept telling me to like pressure him, but then like he wasn't coming at me, and I didn't really realize he was falling at that point either, not even from my point of view. So, like,
Mhm.
I kinda was just standing there, like, waiting, and then he just fell, and I was just like so, like, my reaction was delayed. I was just like, "Oh, that happened."
Yeah.
It does feel real when it happens, I'm not even gonna lie, like, when you see the person fall, you're like, "I did that?"
Mhm.
Well, that's how I feel, like, "I did
Yeah.
that?" Like,
That's fair, man. I mean, you're in a hyper state of awareness. So things are happening at a much faster speed than you're used to. And it kind of seems like everything's happening almost in slow motion. And yeah, it can be a bit surreal when you're in there, which is also why I appreciate, these videos that come out because then you can, kind of go back and review your match. And they're so well edited that you can really see a lot of, your mistakes and kind of like put yourself in your mindset of what you were thinking while you're making those mistakes. And I think that that's all really help. That's all really good data to really help you grow as a competitor. So,
yeah,
yeah,
that's
shout out to the
been
Scrapyard for doing all that.
definitely. Shout out to Steve, man. Steve is
Mhm. Yeah, they are, man.
Steve should have wrapped the belt around me.
I told him, I said, "You need to Dana White that, bro." But,
Yeah, I know.
Fire Chicken, he's always doing so much at the Scrapyard, and he's holding the camera the whole time. Yeah,
Literally, I
man.
gotta appreciate the dude. I put massive respect, massive praise for Fire Chicken. That's part of
Mhm.
one too. He's like, I'm not even gonna lie, it's really hard to get past his guard. Like I was like, it's like he has this kind of like Philly shell, but it's like,
Yes, I was gonna say that.
yeah, it's like, and then he just like pops the jab like out there like continuously. So
Mhm.
it's like hard to like really get in and like hit him.
Mhm, and he's strong too, man. Like, he's really strong, so as soon as you start breaking past that jab, you gotta watch out for his power because it's right there.
Yeah.
I if you ever get a chance too, you gotta get some grappling in with them. I mean, you'll see really how strong he is on the ground. He has a wrestling background, and I believe I think he's somewhere in the neighborhood of like a blue belt, if I'm not mistaken, when it comes to jujitsu. So yeah, he has some submissions. He has some a lot of years of wrestling. The dude's well rounded. So any kind of training that's available to you over there, like the barbecues and whatnot, if you're able to make them, bro. It's all valuable shit.
I most certainly will. Training's been the one thing now that I have a like stable job now. Like training has been the one thing that I am most definitely that's been like, well, it really shouldn't be my first goal because my first goal is to get a car, but like the main side mission is to get my membership and get my training straight. Cause I want to like honestly like at this point like it's like I was kind of used to like not because I didn't really have a routine back then, but like now I'm
Mhm,
kind of that like phase where like I want to have a routine because like
mhm,
besides just like working like I'll probably come home and shadow box for like a really long time and hit the bag and then lift weights and then depending on, like, what's around, like, I might go, like, spar with some random dude, or I might invite friends to come over and spar.
mhm.
But,
But
like
as you know, that's so much different than you're getting actual guidance from trained individuals, right?
yeah,
And iron
experience.
sharpens iron, man. So you got to be in that room. If you're always the dominant guy in the room, what room do you really have to grow? So
Mm,
putting yourself in those shark tanks where you're in a room full of killers and you're kind of like the on the low end of that because of experience, that just shows you how much room you have to grow and it's going to really level you up at a lot faster pace than generally you can do on your own. I mean, there's a lot of information out there, don't get me wrong.
mm,
YouTube's all great, but there's nothing like being able to train again with like-minded individuals that are chasing the same goal that you're chasing and you can learn from their mistakes as well. I mean, just being a part of that community, man, I think it's going to really help benefit you in more ways than just in the ring. It's going to really affect you how you view things outside the ring too, because it's like you said, now you're going to have to kind of gear your life to your goal. We
yeah,
can't go out if you got a fight coming up and you got to make weight. We're not going out eating macaroni and cheese and
yeah,
ribs all the time, right? Like we're gonna cut that
that's
shit out, and that's gonna
that's my
be
worst fear, I love to eat so much.
I'm right there. I'm right there, man. But you're gonna love that glory even more than that small little dopamine you get from eating some food and shit like that. And
Yeah,
plus, as soon as you win that championship that night, you're gonna go home and feast, and that's gonna taste
a
like the
lot
best thing
better.
you ever had. So
Exactly. I mean, my
hold
main
on to
thing
that.
now has been like fruits. Like I'll make like fruit yogurt. Like I'll cut up strawberries and put blueberries and stuff in there, and like
Mm.
granola and stuff.
All right, yeah. So I mean,
But
you're doing some of that. Yeah.
but the only thing is, like the portion might just be like tad bit oversized.
Hmm. I mean, but it's fruits and you doing the non-fat yogurt, some fruits. I mean, you're getting natural sugar. Yeah, it's kind of big. Yeah, for sure. Maybe cut that down a little bit. Really focus on the protein. How are you with the carbs though, man? I think that's the killer.
Honestly, I don't think I really intake a lot of carbs like daily. Like I'm I'm like kind of picky, but I'm not picky. Like I'll eat anything, but like
Hmm.
if I have it, like I'm mainly eating probably pot stickers or spaghetti.
I love spaghetti. All that shit. All the pasta, bro. I can mess up some pasta for
Wait,
sure.
technically, spaghetti does have carbs because the noodles are dough.
Yeah, that's pasta, bro. That's carbs. That's a lot of carbs.
Dang, hold on. Maybe I am taking carbs. I never really thought about that.
Yeah, yeah. Anything that's could be wheat based, some that noodles, whatever, pizza crust, all that's carbs, bro.
You're breaking
Um,
reality right now.
oh my bad. So, anyways, protein's where it's at. Focus on that protein. I suggest a carnivore diet when you're cutting, and then kind of switch over to that. What is it? The keto diet, and add a little bit of vegetables and shit when you're not cutting. And that tends to be what keeps me the strongest. Little fruit in the morning doesn't hurt, kind of get that insulin going up and stuff like that. But overall, man, like I said, I don't need to preach to you. You dropped a shit ton of weight, so you know what you're doing. Just keep doing that, and
I,
yeah, man, I think I do just fine.
I didn't do much, but basically, just like basically, honestly, I wouldn't really starve myself, but I say like I have a good thing about like when I feel like I like most of the time before I fight at the scrapyard, I'd say like couple week, like at least 3 weeks before, like I'll really just start like eating way less, like before like the horn fight, because like they were like you gotta be under like at least under 210 if you want to fight for the title. I was like, and at that time I was like 220, like when that was,
Hmm.
and I was like, yeah, I low key gotta like start going in overdrive, and I at that point I really was only eating like maybe like a couple snacks here and there, and like mainly when I eat snacks, I've been better about like not really getting too many candies because I'm a candy addict. So
That'll
like
do it right there.
yeah, most of the time
Mhm.
I'm like my main thing has just been the fruit size. Like I have just
Mhm.
mentioned previously, but like
Well, like I was
most
saying, man, if you switch over and you start looking into that carnivore diet, you can really load up on beef. I'll eat steak or I'll eat ground beef. Hell, there's even a really good high protein pizza that I'll send you where you make the pizza crust out of chicken and parmesan and it comes out freaking fantastic. And it's all protein, bro. You can sit there and eat that shit every day if you want it. So, look forward to that, all right?
I do. I feel like best friends talking about food right now.
All right. Well, before we both get too hungry here and start eating through the freaking shit around us, I'm going to let you go. I really appreciate you taking the time tonight and doing a podcast with me. I loved hearing your story, hearing what you have going on, and hearing what you have planned for us in the near future, man. I mean, like I said, hold on to that dream. Don't let anybody fucking pull it away from you, bro. You have the ability, the
Never.
skill set, and the support to go and do that stuff. So keep it up, man. All right.
Indeed. Never. I
All right.
never would
Before I
let that
let you
happen.
go, though, tell the fans and people how they can find you.
If you guys really want to find me, my IG is Octobbrz Requiem. Well, Octobbrz underscore Requiem. Facebook is just Kylan Claiborne. And I mean, I mainly prefer an IG, so that's really it.
Sounds good. All right, Octobers. Well, thank you again. And I hope you have a wonderful night, bro. Take it easy.
Bye.
Man, what an awesome individual, man. So many amazing people out there at the scrapyard. October is just one of them. He has a fantastic mentality when it comes to this sport. Nothing. He doesn't really get caught up in the really high highs or the low lows. He just stays himself throughout all of it, and I think that that's a really good characteristic to have, especially when you're chasing goals. You can't get caught up with, again, the high highs and the low lows, because that can any one of those can throw you off the course. So yeah, I really look forward to seeing what he has going on in the future. Just a quick reminder, guys. We have a seminar coming up. It's the anti-bullying seminar that's going to be on June 6th and 7th. Starts at 9 a.m. in the morning. It's for ages 8 through 12. Primary focus is going to be on recognizing danger, knowing when to act, and we're going to give some techniques on how to get away from an individual that's attacking you. Next Scrapyard event, that is going to be May 23rd. I believe they're going to be wrapping up the boxing 145 tournament that day, as well as potentially having some pretty big matches happening. I know Fire Chicken, he's always setting up some things for us. They had some medieval fights at the last one. It was everybody's like dressed up in the armor, and they're doing that. So that's always exciting to see. Yeah, they're gonna have some pretty crazy things happening throughout the summer. I know we have the Scrapamania. That's the July event, which is always like the top event of the year. It's now being classified as Scrapamania, which is awesome. Can't wait to be a part of that. But before we have that one, like I said, we have the May and then June event. May one's on the 23rd. Make sure you get your pay-per-view access to see the event live while it happens. It's only $4.99, so make sure you guys get that. And before I go, just a personal note, big shout out to the love of my life, the Red Fox. Happy 40th birthday from me and our 3 children, Zeus, Bear, and Peanut Butter. We all love you. You make our life so much better. Anyways, guys, thank you. I hope you all enjoyed the episode, and I will be I'm trying to do a little bit more of these, so I think I have another one coming up on Wednesday. Stay tuned and stay tuned and look out for that thumbnail that I put out that lets you know who the next guest is. And be sure to like, share, and subscribe. All right, guys, have yourselves a wonderful night. Take it easy.